Hey everybody, Chin here, bringing you a new video. We're going to talk about Endgame today. And join the conversation, please. You can like my Facebook page, which is Happy Chilla, or you can follow me on Twitter. It's @ChinchillaPFA. That would be fantastic. Follow, likes, yeah. If you like the video, go ahead, throw up a like, subscribe, all that happy jazz. Oh, brain fart. Alright, well, oh, I got it, found it. Video today, no screenshots. Took video I had from 1.0, so don't mistake it for 2.0 footage. And I took footage from various A Realm Reborn trailers. So, enjoy that. Let me know if you like it. Something I could work on re-editing and trying to get some more trailers in here. And of course those belong to Square Enix and stuff, so legal, babble. But let's get into the discussion of Endgame. So, I read the forums and people are like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? There's no Endgame. We can only level to 32 or 35 or whatever it was. And, you know, it takes about 15 posts for someone to be like, there was Endgame in 1.0. And I'm like, touche, good sir. Touche. There was. And it was not, you know, this super easy vanilla kind of endgame that people expect in modern MMOs. So let's talk about what we had in 1.0 first. And I'm not going to bet money on it, but they're coming back in 2.0. As far as we know. Ifrit. Ifrit was awesome, the hard mode. When I say hard mode, I mean level 50. There's talk about hard modes being like even in harder mode. And there was like a hyper mode for relic weapons. But I'm talking about 50 fights here. We're going to keep it kind of simple. Ifrit, it was like awesome. So you have 8 people instead of 4 like you do in the level 20 quest. Twice as many fetters you got to kill before your 2 hours or you're going to die, without a doubt. The eruptions are happening more often. Those big like lava pools popping up are happening more often. It's no walk in the park like the level 21 is. And it's a lot of fun. And the rewards were stellar. They were weapons. It looked like they came off of a piece of Ifrit, like a horn or a toenail, a vertebrae, you know, stuff like that. So, they're really good weapons too, actually. Probably better than in instances, I guess situational stuff is situational, Chin. I know, my bad. So, they were awesome. Anyway. I could also get, instead of a weapon as a drop, you might also get a totem. And let's face it, when I say instead of, I mean you're probably not getting the weapon as, not often anyway. But you also got these totems you could turn in for the item. And I think it was 10, maybe 20 for the Ifrit fight. It was a little more for the Moogle fight because they had different totems. And then the Garuda fight had, even still, yet, different totems. And Garuda actually took 40. But let's get into Moogle first. Moogle was awesome. And I'm not just talking because of the music, even though it was probably the best music in the game. And I will, that's kind of bold, best fight music in the game. There we go. And I will link a video to that from YouTube in the description, so check that out. But the Moogle fight was wicked cool. You go in and like a Moogle will spawn and you kill it. And each Moogle has like different jobs. So they do different abilities. And some are harder than others. And some will kill you a lot easier than others. So you kill all these Moogles and there's like Moogle bodies littering the ground. And you're just kind of sad. Those things are so damn cute. But then they re-raise and you're like, yay! But then they summon good Mog. And he crits like a mother. So your tank like grabs them all and like runs around and you buff and you kill them one by one and in an order usually predefined by what's easier to get through the fastest. That was my kind of explanation to it. And like the paladin one would always like come and try and like save the buddy you were killing. Pain in the butt. Oh, no swear words. So it was awesome. And then the weapon rewards were like, the Mog fists had like Moogle faces on them, so they were awesome. And every time you pulled a Mog weapon out, went to the active stance, it would be like Kupo and stuff. So awesome. Loved it. Loved the fight. Loved the music. The rewards. Garuda. Garuda was awesome until they patched it that you couldn't mana burn it. And I know I'm going to get hate mail for that. But, you know, I got my Black Mage staff because I could mana burn it and all that other stuff. And once it was patched, I still beat it a few times. But they kind of winding down when I was kind of getting back into it like that. So, any pickup group was terrible for me. But when I could get my Link Shaolin together, we usually did alright. And I had a lot of fun. It was really difficult. And, you know, people are so worried about the difficulty of content in 2.0, or in any MMO if you check a beta form. But trust me, this fight was not something that you're gonna, you know, having played Knights of the Old Republic, Star Wars, that MMO, you and say 7 of your buddies from that MMO are not going to be able to hunt through this Garuda fight and beat it within a few hours. Even with the right strat. Because it's just so many mechanics to it. The moving stuff and the whatever. And I don't mean to say like people that play the MMO are dumb. I mean like just going into the fight is a challenge, and going through her phases of just instant death face, you know. It's really a lot of fun, and it's challenging, and you know, you get phase 1 down and you're like, yes, and then you move on to phase 2 and you don't survive like the 2 hour, and you're like, well, that was depressing. So then you keep trying and you get, you know, you survive phase 1 again, you survive the 2 hour, you move on to her next phase and you're dying again because it's just fast paced and she's everywhere, and sometimes she's AoEing you, and sometimes she's got these tornadoes on the field and they're can't step in them, but she'll knock you back, of course, into them. Sometimes she has like these babies, and one takes physical damage and one takes magical damage, and it's really awesome. The weapons, even in 2.0, aside from the relic, they're probably the best, as far as I could tell. And that's not counting like crafted and materia stuff, because there's so much to do in beta. You don't really have time to go look into stuff. I didn't anyway. So then there were also these raids, and there was like Cutter's Cry, CC for short, and Arm Veil, and the biggest appeal to these was that you got Dark Light out of them. So naturally they were not in any way that I thought. And I mean, I haven't played like a ton of MMOs like some people who, you know, run the internet. Beyonce. And the Dark Light gear, if you played beta on a legacy server, you know what Dark Light gear is, because you saw our little Tara with that funky helmet thing. Excuse me. And you're like, what's that? Let me examine. Wow, that stuff is cool. So they both had like these different mechanics. Armvale had like this poison crap everywhere. It was just in the air. You'd get poisoned running from A to B. And they had different requirements to get chests, and I know they're going to alter the chest 2.0, thank God, because you can't even change jobs anymore. So that kind of, you know, that's a lot of times what made time runs possible when I did them anyway. And so let's move on to what we know is coming in 2.0, aside from the stuff that's in there from 1.0, and that is the Titan fight, another primal. If you watch the Eorzea Collection 2013, you saw the bow in there. And I think maybe the lance and the axe, but I don't remember, and that video is really fast-paced. But we also know the tower is coming. And the Crystal Tower is like this underground thing. There's something. Alright, so the Crystal Tower was a great source of etheric energy underneath Mordona. At the top of it lies Zandy, the Allegan Emperor, who is in deep sleep. The calamity the tower rose was revealed. And what else, what we've heard also, is there's going to be like levels to it, and, you know, you're fighting top. Now, whether that means, like, each level is a separate instance, I'm not sure, but I'm excited to find out. I mean, along with, like, doing primal fights that are already in the game, and the ones that are at launch, and trying to get some Darklight, and leveling up Arcanist, obviously, or any other job you want to level. There's going to be so much to do. And they're already talking about an expansion, quote unquote, in like 6 months. And I feel like that would be a typo, because in 6 months, I'm not going to have everything I want to get done. Not that that's going to keep me from buying an expansion, obviously. So I'm really excited for Endgame, and you know, usually I'll say I'm excited for the journey too, and I really, because the game is awesome, but I'm probably, my plan for launch is to run out, do all the story missions, well, during phase 4 anyway, since that'll carry over for everyone else. But it'll be open beta, so everyone should go do that. Run out, story missions, class quests, all that stuff at least on one class, so can go do the some of the endgame stuff and then work on the other classes as I have time. So I'm excited, man. I can't. The high level fates too, like they show off the behemoth fate in the Eorzea collection video, and that dude is huge. And fates are supposed to drop items sometimes, so I guess that's where you get like that behemoth mask. Or, yeah, behemoth. I say Bahamut at first. I know I meant behemoth. And then isn't there supposed to be like Bahamut's labyrinth or something in 2.0? There is, because in Final Fantasy III there was some sort of maze around the Crystal Tower, which kind of makes me think that. I don't know if I'm getting my facts mixed up or what, but there's gonna be so much to do. I can't even like believe it. MMOs have launched and had crappy endgame like Star Wars. I already know that the endgame is crazy good because of 1. So fear not, minions of beta who are not legacy. I promise you, you will have stuff to do. You just won't have enough time to do it all. And with that, I'll go ahead. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you liked it even more than liking it. Happy Chilla on Facebook. @ChinchillaPF on Twitter. They're linked and it confuses me. So sometimes I post like this. But I'm working on it. It's getting better. I guess that's it. Until next time, have a great day.